Hey guys, it's Jake here. Do you want to join me for an unboxing? What do you think I've got here today, ladies and gentlemen? Real steel. Real steel. Real steel. Woo-hoo-hoo. Very good. So I got three real steel knives. For those of you who aren't aware, I started a real steel fan book page. So if you've got some real steel knives, if you like real steel knives, join my real steel fan book page on Facebook. Please and thank you. And so now I've got three H6 knives that they sent to me. Three different versions of basically the Blue Sheep. So if you know about the Blue Sheep, so let's start unboxing these right after I find out what Bandit is up to. So Bandit was barking at somebody outside. But Real Steel asked me if I would do a little bit of a comparison between the different versions of the H6 knife. And so let's open these up. First is the Blue Sheep. This is the H6 Blue Sheep in camo. And the only knife in this version that I reviewed is the H6-S1 tan-colored frame lock version. This is the camo liner lock version. Nice deep pocket clip. Nice G10 backspacer. Ooh, it's cold. We've got snow again today. We have a snow warning going on. Oh, even though this thing's cold, it just flies right out. So we've got a tip up or tip down pocket clip, 14C28N stainless steel blade, Liang Gang design. Liang Gang designed a lot of knives for Sanren Mu as well. If you're following my channel for a while, I've reviewed a number of knives by this designer, and this knife is just an awesome knife. The H6 handle shape, it's just a classic handle shape that locks your hand in, so a choil up the front, a little choil at the end of the handle, and so your hand gets in there, and my hands are right borderline between large and extra large, and see, there's still room in there for a larger hand, and people with smaller hands can still get a really good, comfortable grip with a knife like this. We've got steel thumb studs here, a nice riser there, jimping drop point blade, nice lanyard hole. So this is the Blue Sheep. And we've got the H6 Free. Now the H6 Free, or any of the knives that you see at Real Steel that say free on the end of them, these are targeted towards people who are looking for or can only be allowed to carry knives that don't lock. So what we've got is this knife. No, this is a locking one. I must have got that wrong. Huh. Well, I make mistakes too. And I'm just going to leave this one included on air. What the Free is, not so much that it's a locking knife, it's a two-hand opening. That must be what I was trying to get through. There's a nail neck here, but you can just do a pinch grip and open up. Full flat grind, drop point without a swedge. This is in that same H6 class. If you look at the handle, it looks almost identical. Of course, the blade looks different, but if you just look at the handles, they are very much the same handle, and that's what the H6 part is. So tip up, tip down, black. You've got a nice tube. I didn't mention the tube that's in the lanyard hole, so that's a really nice touch. Liner lock on this one, and lockup is perfect. So that's really nice, and of course the back spacer's back here. So a locking knife, that's a two-hand opening, because some people have to live with laws that require two-hand opening. So that's a good thing. And finally, the H6-S1, and I said I've already reviewed the H6-S1. I guess maybe HX Outdoors. I'm just HX Outdoors. I said that I already reviewed the H6-S1, but perhaps I didn't communicate that clearly to my contact at Real Steel. So let's unwrap this. And yes, this is exactly, no it isn't. This is very much like the H6-S1 that I reviewed. And so they've made changes over time, and the big change on this one is that there's G10 on the thumb studs here. The thumb studs on the one that I had, and I just sold it at my knife sale that I did, to pay that huge tax bill that I have, had this type of thumb stud, these all metal ones, and I'll give you a close-up of the difference between the two. The handle's smaller as well. So this is a good reason why a comparison video is really good, because one might think that all the H6 knives are basically the same handle, but no, this one's a frame lock and it's smaller than these liner lock versions. And this one's got a swedge and a full flat grind. This one's just got a full flat grind and a different kind of drop point there. And this one's got a swedge and a saber grind, or a high flat grind. So lots of differences on the blade styling, minor differences, especially on the top one and bottom one. But differences in the handle, differences in the weight, thickness. The H6-S1 is a smaller, more convenient carry knife. My large to extra large hands just fit inside this one, just barely. I really would have liked to compare this one to the H6-S1 that I had before, because I do believe it was more of this size, but I'll have to check my review video that I did of the H6-S1, because I keep precise measurements, and so I'll be able to compare that with this one a little bit. So look forward to seeing these real steel knives coming at you pretty soon in a good video, because real steel knives, I love real steel knives. All of these have the same 14C28N steel by Sandvik, and wow, I am very much impressed, and hopefully I'll be reviewing more and more real steel knives all the time. Thanks for watching, thanks for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, and remember guys, always cut towards your chum and not your thumb. Bye now.